Hey everyone, welcome to Weekly Current Affairs by Lexis Tutorials. This video is a part of our weekly current affairs series aimed at cracking competitive exams. In this series, for each current affair, I will also be stating all the related relevant information so that you cover the topic completely. Apart from this, we will also be uploading an MCQ style based video series which is based on events happening around the world. In that series, we will be covering some straightforward direct questions which we do not have much info apart from that one line. And of course, there will be a monthly recap of the most important current affairs which will be posted at the end of each month. As our first current affair for the first week of July, we have the Animal Taxonomy Summit of 2024. India hosted this landmark event in Kolkata. The Zoological Survey of India celebrated its 109th anniversary by organizing this summit. This was held from June 30th to July 3rd. The summit brought together around 350 delegates from 4 countries, including experts from the Natural History Museum in London. This summit featured in depth discussions across three broad themes: taxonomy, systematics, and evolution, ecology and animal behavior, biodiversity, and conservation. Experts from these various fields they held dialogues to advance the understanding and application of these crucial areas. The aim of this summit is to foster collaboration and share insights that could lead to new discoveries and better conservation strategies. One of the key highlights of the summit was the launch of the Fauna of India checklist portal, which was the most anticipated moment of the summit. This portal is the first of its kind globally, documenting all animal species that are found in India. It includes an exhaustive checklist which has 121 lists covering 36 phyla and 104,561 animal species. The portal provides detailed information on endemic, threatened, and scheduled species, which represent 6.6% of global faunal diversity. The 14% of the total discoveries that were made in India come from the regions of the Western Ghats and Northeastern regions. And India is one of the 17 megadiverse countries. Now, in 2023, the faunal database saw a remarkable addition of 641 new species. This includes 442 entirely new species and 199 other species which are newly recorded in our country. Among the significant animal discoveries, there are two. One is Capra himalayensis. Now, this discovery has confirmed that the Himalayan ibex, which is found in the trans-Himalayan ranges of Jammu and Kashmir, Ladakh, and Himachal Pradesh, it says that this Himalayan ibex is a different species which is separate from the Siberian ibex. This is the first discovery. The second discovery is Miniopterus shrini, which is a new species of a bent-winged bat, was found in the Kodagu district of Karnataka, and it adds to the diversity of India's bat population. Now, geographically, if you look at it, Kerala was the leading with the 74 new species and 27 new records, and followed by West Bengal with 72 and Tamil Nadu with 64 new species. In terms of species distribution, invertebrates dominated the finding. There were 564 new species, and vertebrates there were 77 new species, and the largest group among invertebrates was insects, and fish led among the vertebrates group with 47 new species. And then it was followed by reptiles, amphibians, mammals, and birds. Now, that was about the faunal database. Now, let's look at the floral database. The floral database was also added with 339 new taxa. Out of these, 326 are new species and 13 are infra-specific taxa. And out of these, 171 taxa are completely new to science. And 168 were now distributional records in India. For the floral database, West Bengal was the top contributor with 52 new taxa, and it was followed by Kerala and Uttarakhand in second and third places. When we look at this taxonomy and have a breakdown about it, there are 106 new angiosperms, 2 pteridophytes, 16 bryophytes, 44 lichens, 111 fungi, 50 algae, and 10 microbes. Again, notable discoveries in the flora database were Curcuma cachingi, which is a new species of turmeric discovered in Manipur's Kachin, and Assistasia venui, which is a flowering plant found in the Acharya Jagdish Chandra Bose Indian Botanic Garden in Howrah, West Bengal. Up next, we have the participation of India in the SCO summit in Kazakhstan. SCO is Shanghai Cooperation Organization. This summit was hosted by Kazakh President Kasim Jomart Tokayev, and there were also leaders from Russia, Pakistan, Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, and Tajikistan. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar led the Indian delegation at the SCO Council of Heads of State. This happened in Astana, Kazakhstan on July 3rd and 4th. The summit was held to focus on reviewing the SCO's activities over the two past decades and discussing regional and international issues. The Astana Declaration was adopted to strengthen economic ties, connectivity, and to fight terrorism. There was a SCO foreign ministers meeting in May, and during that meeting, India promoted the utilization of the Chabahar port and the International North-South Transport Corridor, the acronym of which is INSTC. Now, a history and some additional info about the Shanghai Cooperation Organization. It was established on June 15, 2001 in Shanghai by China, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Russia, Tajikistan, and Uzbekistan. India and Pakistan became full members of the SCO in 2017, and the objectives are the SCO aims to promote cooperation in political, economic, and security related areas, and the SCO holds annual summits where heads of state meet to discuss and coordinate policies on various issues. Apart from this, several countries, including Afghanistan, Belarus, Iran, and Mongolia, hold observer status, meaning that they can participate in discussions, but they do not have the full membership rights. Apart from this, the SCO also engages with countries as dialogue partners. The dialogue partner countries are Armenia, Azerbaijan, Cambodia, Nepal, Sri Lanka, and Turkey. The next SCO heads of government meet will be held in Pakistan later this year, and the next SCO summit will be held in China in 2025. Our next current affair is the extension of Smart Cities mission to 2025. This mission was launched by the Prime Minister of India on June 25, 2015. The key objective of this mission is to promote sustainable and inclusive cities that provide core infrastructure and decent quality of life to citizens. The center extended the Smart Cities mission under the Union Urban Development Ministry until March 31st, 2025. As I said, it was launched in June 2015. The aim of SCM is to develop 100 cities as smart cities. Over 8,000 multi-sectoral projects worth 1.6 lakh crores are being developed under this mission. As of July 3rd, 2024, 90% of the projects, and the number is 7,188, and the worth of them is 1,44,237 crore. So this much amount has been spent on the 90% of the project's completion. The remaining 830 projects are in advanced stages of completion. The mission already has an allocated budget of 48,000 crore, with 97% already released, and out of this, 93% is already utilized. Up next, we have India's indigenous light tank Zorawar. The prototype is ready for trials. The prototype of the indigenous light tank Zorawar is developed by DRDO and L&T, Larsen and Turbo. It's ready and will undergo extensive trials. The engine is currently powered by a Cummins engine. The tank was developed from drawing board within a short time, and it is capable of operating in extreme weather and high altitude conditions along the northern border. Currently, the prototype will undergo internal trials and there will be user trials by August 2025. Over the next 6 months, the tank will be tested in various conditions and various seasons in high altitudes. Initially, a German engine was selected, but delays in export clearances led to the use of Cummins engine, which was assembled in India. Our next current affair is the discovery of new Denisovan fossil in Tibetan caves. What exactly happened? In a remarkable discovery, bone remains found at high altitude in a Tibetan cave have been identified as belonging to the Denisovan hominin species. This find was made at an elevation of 3,280 meters, and it tells us information about the adaptability and lifestyle of these ancient hominins. Now, what was found? A rib cage bone, which is dated to be between 48,000 and 32,000 years old, confirms the presence of a previously unknown Denisovan individual. What does this discovery do? It provides crucial evidence that Denisovans lived alongside early Homo sapiens during their migration across Eurasia. And this coexistence of the Denisovan species and modern humans suggests a complete interaction between different hominin species. Now, about the cave. The Baishya Karst cave, where these remains were found, is now recognized as one of the only two confirmed locations worldwide where Denisovan fossils have been discovered. What is the other confirmed location? The other confirmed location is Altai Mountains of Siberia, Russia, where Denisovan fossils were discovered during the time period of 2008 to 2010. So, this is the second only recognized confirmed location. How did the scientists used which technique did they use to discover this? They employed a novel technique to differentiate between animal bone fragments based on the variations in collagen. This discovery adds to the limited collection of Denisovan fossils known to science and provides human beings with data which is crucial for understanding the role of in human evolution. It is also suspected that interbreeding between Denisovans, Neanderthals, and Homo sapiens occurred, which could influence the genetic makeup of modern human beings. Additional information about this: the Denisovans' ability to survive in the harsh environments of the Tibetan Plateau region through glacial periods and warmer interglacial stages between 200,000 and 40,000 years ago. It shows us their remarkable adaptability to harsh environmental conditions. Now, upon the analysis of animal bones found in the cave, we got to know that the Denisovans had a diverse diet, hunting and consuming species such as they used to eat blue sheep, wild yaks, and even extinct woolly rhinos. Further evidence from fragmented bones suggests that Denisovans were skilled tool makers. They used animal bones as raw material for tool creation. Our next current affair for the first week of July is the joining of RBI to Project Nexus. The Reserve Bank of India has officially joined Project Nexus, which is an initiative led by the Innovation Hub of the Bank for International Settlements, which is known as the BIS. Now, this project is aimed at changing and revolutionizing cross border payments. Project Nexus, it seeks to enhance the efficiency of international transactions by interlinking domestic instant payment systems, which is known as IPS. Now, conceived by the BIS Innovation Hub, Project Nexus is said to be the first BIS led project in the payment sector to transition towards live implementation. The project has already gained support from several key nations, with Malaysia, Philippines, Singapore, Thailand, and India. These are the founding members. Malaysia, Philippines, Singapore, Thailand, and India are the founding members. Now, what are the benefits of Project Nexus? There are several key benefits. Firstly, centralizing. By centralizing connections through a single platform, the Project Nexus significantly streamlines the way instant payment systems interact globally. This simplifies the process for both users and financial institutions. Second, it enables truly instant cross border payments. So, this allows transactions to be completed from sender to recipient within 60 seconds in most cases. So, this enhances the efficiency and speed of international transactions. Third, it provides a multilateral approach that supports the RBI's efforts to expand the international reach of Indian payment systems, with countries like Bhutan, the United Arab Emirates, and France to link UPI, India's UPI, the full form is Unified Payments Interface, with their respective FPS. Now, a bit of additional information on BIS. It was established in 1930 and it is a international financial institution which is owned by 63 central banks, and this represents approximately 95% of the world's gross domestic product GDP. The headquarters of BIS are in Basel, Switzerland, with representative offices in Hong Kong and Mexico City. The BIS Innovation Hub, which is a key player in the Project Nexus initiative, has centers across the globe and operates under the Innovation BIS 2025 strategy. Our next current affair is FATFs. The full form is Financial Action Task Force. They recently released a mutual evaluation report which praises India's financial integrity. This was done in Singapore. The report evaluates India's measures to combat money laundering and terrorist financing, placing India in the regular follow up category, meaning that India joins an elite group of nations, including Russia, France, Italy, and the UK, in the regular follow up category, which is the highest classification. Despite this, the report says that India needs to address delays in prosecuting money laundering and terrorist financing cases. And as part of the regular follow up, India is required to submit a progress report on recommended actions by October 2027. Now, if you look at the digital economy and the JAM Trinity's role in this, what is JAM? It's an acronym for Jandhan, Aadhaar, and Mobile. The report highlights India's transition to a digital economy, significantly driven by these three: Jandhan, Aadhaar, and Mobile. We call it the JAM Trinity. The shift has played a crucial role in mitigating risks related to money laundering and terrorist financing. And the money which is brought from crimes such as corruption and organized crime have been reduced. A little bit of historical background for the Financial Action Task Force. It was established in 1989 by the G7 summit in Paris, and it expanded its mandate to include combating terrorist financing after the 9/11 attacks. Up next, we see the implications of this mutual evaluation report for the Indian economy. These are the implications. There are five implications which I have noted here. First is global financial reputation. The positive evaluation by this FATF is obviously going to enhance India's global financial reputation. How does it help? It helps in attracting more international financial institutions, and an improved reputation may also lead to better credit ratings, meaning that we will get lower borrowing costs for Indian entities in the global markets. Second, we have increased foreign investment. Because of India's robust financial system, as I just said, it's likely to attract increased foreign direct investments, which are known as FDIs. This is particularly significant in sectors like fintech and e commerce, where financial integrity is of crucial importance. For example, companies such as Amazon and Walmart have already made significant investments in India. Third, expansion of digital payment systems. India's financial measures supports global expansions of the UPI, with the UPI already operational in countries like Singapore and the United Arab Emirates, and there are also plans for further international expansion. This report and the positive outlook that this report gave will help India and to grow their UPI in international markets. Fourth, boost to India's fintech industry. Because of this positive evaluation report, it could significantly accelerate India's growth in fintech sector. Companies like example Paytm and PhonePe may find it easier to expand internationally, attract more venture capital, and encourage innovation in areas such as blockchain and digital currencies. Fifth point, enhance remittance flows. The report suggests that improved financial systems can make remittances from NRIs, non-residential Indians, more efficient and cost effective. This has the potential to increase the volume of remittances, which is a significant contributor to India's foreign exchange reserves. Now, these were the implications for the Indian economy, which were the reason of the mutual evaluation report. Now, let's look at India's efforts to combat money laundering or terrorist finance funding and financing at the national level. Apart from this, the Prevention of Money Laundering Act, PMLA, this was enacted in 2002, and it provides a comprehensive legal framework to combat money laundering in India. Next, we have the Enforcement Directorate, ED. This is the principal agency responsible for enforcing PMLA in India, investigating and also prosecuting cases of money laundering. Next, we have Financial Intelligence Unit, India. This was established in 2004, and it is responsible for receiving, processing, analyzing, and disseminating information relating to suspect financial transactions to enforcement agencies. Next, we obviously have banking regulations. The RBI and other financial regulators have implemented strict guidelines for banks and financial institutions to prevent money laundering and ensure KYC compliance. KYC, full form is Know Your Customer. Up next, our next current affair, we have the 86th session of the Executive Committee of the CAC. Now, what's the full form of this acronym which you see on screen? The 86th session of the Codex Alimentarius Commission's Executive Committee. The Codex Alimentarius Commission's Executive Committee, CCEXEC, was held at the Food and Agriculture Organization headquarters in Rome. So the Food and Agriculture Organization headquarters is in Rome. Now, who represented India? India was represented by the CEO of Food Safety and Standards Authority of India, FSSAI. The CEO is G. Kamalawardhan Rao. The Codex Alimentarius Commission is an international food standards body which was established in May 1963, and it's a joint initiative by the FAO and the World Health Organization. What is the primary goal of this CSE? The primary goal is to protect consumer health and ensure fair practices in the food trade. The World Trade Organization recognizes Codex standards as reference standards for international trade and trade dispute settlements. Now, the CSE has a membership of 189. These include 188 member countries and the European Union. India joined this Codex Alimentarius in 1964, just a year of its establishment. So the CSE was established in 1963 and India joined in 1964. And since then, it has been an active participant in shaping international food standards. Now, let us look at India's participation in this session. What all did India do? Which things did it support? So, India strongly supported the advancement of standards for various spices, including small cardamom, turmeric, and vanilla. This is significant for India because India is a major producer and exporter of these spices, and it would facilitate smoother international trade. India also backed the progression of standards for vegetable oils, guidelines for the control of Shiga toxin producing Escherichia coli or E. coli, which is a bacteria. And India also backed the safe use and reuse of water in food production and processing. Furthermore, India shared its experience with guidelines developed by FSSAI on recycling post-consumer PET, which is polyethylene terephthalate for food contact applications. Up next, as our last current affair for the first week of July, we have Niti Aayog's multi-sectoral committees for net zero economy by 2070. Now, looking deeper into this, Niti Aayog has established 6 working groups. These working groups are focused on policy development, working models, and transition pathways for achieving net zero emissions by 2070, by the year 2070. So these groups will address core sectors such as macroeconomic implications, climate finance, critical minerals, and social aspects of energy transition. All working groups are to submit their action plans by October 2024. Sorry. All working groups, they have to submit their action plans by October 2024. This Niti Aayog report is expected to become a policy handbook for all central ministries, which will help in the drafting of climate resilient and adaptive policies to achieve India's net zero target by the year 2070. Apart from this, sectoral committees will also be formed for transport, industry, buildings, power, and agriculture. Moving on, as I said, the Niti Aayog has established 6 working groups. What are these 6 working groups? The names. You can take a screenshot here if you want. The 6 working groups are macroeconomic implications, number 2, climate finance, number 3, critical minerals, 4, social aspects of energy transition, number 5, policy synthesis, and the last 6, sectoral committees. So these are the 6 working groups which have been established. Now, a bit of extra information on the net zero emissions. This concept of net zero emissions, it initially gained prominence after the 2015 Paris Agreement, where in this meeting countries committed to limiting global warming to below 2 degrees Celsius, preferably to 1.5 degrees Celsius. So an optimistic uh, limitation was 1.5. Now, what is India's commitment to the achieving of net zero? So India's commitment to achieving net zero by 2070 was announced by the Indian Prime Minister at COP26 in Glasgow in 2021. So it was announced at COP26 in Glasgow in 2021. So India has an aim to achieve net zero emissions by 2070, but it also has interim targets for 2030. What are these interim targets? There are four targets. First is reach 500 gigawatts of non-fossil energy capacity. Second, meet 50% of energy requirements from renewable sources. Third is the reduction of projected carbon emissions by 1 billion tons. And the fourth interim target is the reduction of carbon intensity by 45% from the 2005 levels of carbon intensity. Now, if you're visiting our channel for the first time, kindly subscribe if you like the content so that you can get the updates on weekly current affairs. As I said at the beginning of this video, this is the series of weekly current affairs which we post at the end of every week. Now, this current affairs series is specifically aimed to both give information about the particular current affair that is in news and also all the related information related to that particular event so that you do not have to study or search for notes about related topics again. Apart from this, we have another series which is the MCQs based series. That series is specifically designed for questions which are made about current affairs, which only have one line direct questions. I mean, like there is not much related information. There is only one line direct questions. We give that as MCQ based questions. And of course, apart from this, at the end of every month, we have compiled list of most important current affairs. Now, these current affairs will already be present in the weekly current affairs, but compilation of the most important ones will be done at the end of each month. Now, with that, we come to the end of our today's video. Thank you for watching.